I think you have to start with your own expertise. You have to do something you're very comfortable with. For example, if I'm a band teacher or I'm an elementary school teacher who is very involved and comfortable with singing, or if I'm a choral teacher teaching middle school, I'll start with that, and then I'll branch out. Hopefully I'll build up enough of a clientele, I will be able to teach enough classes that we can hire somebody else to do what I can't do. So usually it's like start small, take small steps, and build a team. That's what you have to do. I really think it's very much a cultural problem. For example, in Finland, to be a guy is to sing and to play hockey. Norway, Sweden, other countries don't seem, because partly they're maybe socialist countries and they're interested in culture, they support orchestras. I mean, in Finland, for example, where I've been several times, the government fully supports symphony orchestras. And they play new music and composers are supported. Same in Ireland, other European countries. And radio stations have full-time jazz orchestras. Yeah, not true in America anymore. Used to be. Used to be that way in Canada too, but that's dropped off. So it's commercialization. It's the capitalist drive for the almighty buck. In order to make the almighty buck, you've got to drive research, which means training kids in math and science and computers, in the belief that's questionable that all that will, in the end, make more profits. Yeah. So all that kind of mentality leaves people questioning, well, why do music? That's useless. It's not going to get my kid into Harvard or help him get a job. I mean, one of the things I argue is, what good is a miserable computer scientist? A miserable lawyer, an unhappy surgeon. You'll find that I think that most well-educated people are broad. Yeah, I mean, I constantly hear of doctors and lawyers, other people who love music, make music. I mean, we have a string quartet here in the math department. And these guys, they value music highly. And a lot of really top-notch computer people are fantastic composers who use technology and produce records and all those kinds of things. So I think we think much too narrowly. We put things in boxes and we don't see the interdisciplinary nature of a lot of things. It's really hard to explain that to parents who are very concerned with kids passing the standards tests and everything. It's very hard to understand that. See, I think unfortunately, parents are not interested so much in the happiness of their children as they are in a job-oriented thing. I think it's really sad. It's hard to be creative as a mathematician by grade 10, but you can do that very early. It's hard to be creative either in drama, for example, very early on, but you can really get involved in musical creativity when you're 5, 6, 7 years old, because it's basically nonverbal. That's the beauty about music, is the nonverbal nature of it. We also know, for example, that the human fetus can hear like an adult 4 months before birth. And I have recordings, intrauterine recordings, which demonstrate clearly what the fetus hears in terms of listening to music and hearing the language of its culture. And there are all sorts of research which demonstrates the powerful interaction of sound in the environment and the fetus. So as a way I like to say it to my students, look, there's nothing to do in the womb. You can't read magazines or watch TV, look at paintings, but you can listen. And so maybe that has something to do with the roots and the power of it if we capitalize on it.